you want to learn how to bake a cake and get some extra questions answered, then stick around. I'm going to answer those for you right now. Hi, I'm Amanda Gulik from Clever Dough Cakes, and if you love baking cakes, learning yummy new recipes and fun cake decorating ideas, then make sure you click subscribe and hit that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know the minute my next video comes out. Alright, if you're ready to learn some of the behind the scenes of how to bake a cake, then give me a like and let me know in the comments below. Yes, I'm ready. So if you haven't already, make sure that you check out my How to Bake a Cake video, where I share with you my special secret family sponge cake recipe. It is absolutely delicious, it is light and fluffy, and it brings up a lot of questions. So today I'm going to answer your questions for you. Madeline Walker asks me, when did you start to like baking? Honestly, I can't remember a time I did not enjoy baking. When I was little, my mom used to decorate cakes from home, and I used to help her. I started off just helping her lick the bowl clean, of course. And well, she needed an icing tester, clearly. So I learned from a very young age how much fun it was to make cakes, bake them, taste them, decorate them, and more importantly, to see how incredibly happy her clients were. But I also learned how much time and effort goes into it and how little a lot of people will pay you for it. And that's why I decided to find a way to create beautiful cakes that tasted delicious and get paid for them over and over again. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how to make your own passive income doing whatever it is that you love to do, then leave me a comment below and let me know, and I'll send you a link that will help you with that. Now, I cannot pronounce this name either, so have a look at the screen here. First, they ask why I did not add the sugar to the meringue. I really want to fluff the egg whites by themselves so that they're going to hold on to as much air as possible. Because this is a sponge cake, I'm not making a meringue cake. If you're interested, I actually do have a really yummy meringue cake recipe. It's a pavlova recipe where I do mix the sugar with the egg white. But for a sponge cake, no, I keep them separate, and it works really well to beat in the sugar with the egg yolks. It helps the egg yolks to become more creamy and fluffy. The second part of her comment is also really great. They say here that it's better to add the vanilla at the end to avoid the egg smell. Now, I've never noticed an eggy smell, but I have had a few people here tell me that they do smell the eggy smell. So if that is the case, then absolutely go ahead and feel free to add the vanilla at the end. That's how my mother used to do it as well. I just like to make things as easy as possible, and so I like putting the lemon and the vanilla right in with the egg yolks. And again, that's just my preference, but you can put it at the end for sure. And when you do, fold it in gently again, not to disturb the bubbles that you've created. Now, Gaming Girl has a great comment here. She wants to make a cake that is littler, a three egg cake instead. And that is absolutely easily doable. All you do is split the whole ingredients in half. It's that simple. You use 3 eggs. Now, on the other end, if you want to make a larger cake, all you have to do is, for example, instead of 6 eggs, you use 9 eggs, and just add a little bit extra for each ingredient. Although I have to say, I have many times created this cake with 8 eggs and I left the rest of the ingredients exactly as they were, and it turned out just perfectly. This is one of the most versatile cake recipes that you will ever find. I have made it when I've only had 4 eggs on hand, and I still use the same amounts from the other ingredients, and it worked out just fine. You are going to absolutely love this. Now, Vivian Daisy actually has a fabulous question that I really want to take a moment to answer for you. Vivian asks, can you use a blender instead of a mixer if you don't have one? I want to show you a couple of things here. First of all, I just want to mention that I do not recommend a blender simply because the way that the blending blades work, they slice through the air bubbles. So you're going to end up with a very dense cake. Now, if you're okay with a dense cake, go ahead and give it a try. But I don't recommend it. If you don't have a mixer, so if you don't have one of these big stand mixers that use one of these large whisks, then you can always use a hand mixer like this. This one has 2 small whisks to it, and just use that. Or if you don't have a mixer at all, you can just use a whisk It will take longer, but it will absolutely work. Or if you don't have a whisk and all you have on hand is a fork, honestly, it will work. Because of the tines in the fork, you will actually be able to whip up the eggs to capture the air bubbles. Again, it will take longer, but it will work. I have used these. You don't need to have a fancy mixer to make this cake. You just need a little elbow grease. Now, Rena Maria asks if she can use self-rising flour. If you use self-rising flour, then you're going to want to take out the baking powder and the salt, okay? Because that's part of the self-rising flour. I personally prefer to just use plain flour, whatever one is on special at the time. Then you're more in control of the amounts that go in. Betty Masenja asks a really great question of when to put vinegar in. So if you're going to add the vinegar to make the cake rise even more, to hold on to more of those air bubbles, I put that in with the egg yolks. So in my egg yolk bowl, I have my sugar, the egg yolks, the vanilla extract, the lemon juice, and the teaspoon of vinegar. And I blend that all together, whisk it all together, or beat it all together until it's light and creamy. And then slowly fold that into my whipped egg whites. Amna Amir mentions that she used 5 eggs instead of 6 and still felt that it was a little eggy. Again, if you're finding that the smell is a little too eggy for you, I've never experienced this myself, and my friends and family have never noticed, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to notice. It honestly just depends on how sensitive your nose is. Feel free to add even more essence, more vanilla, more lemon juice to cover that smell. This is an eggy cake, so it is going to be a little eggy, which is actually one of the beautiful things about it. You are a great baker. You should have a restaurant. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And just a big thank you. There are so many lovely comments on my video thanking me for the cake, telling me that I've inspired you to bake your very first cake ever. It really fills my heart with such love and happiness to know that my cake has entered your life and made your life better in just the tiniest little way, even if it is on the end of a yummy fork. Leave me your own questions in the comments below, and I'd be happy to make another video and answer those for you as well. I want to give you one really cute little tip of what my mom used to do when we were young for our birthdays. Have you ever heard of a money cake? If you'd like me to make a money cake, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to show you how to do that. But let me give you a little insight right now. So the way to make a money cake, what my mother would do is she would take quarters, 25-cent pieces, and she would wrap them in wax paper so that the money never touched the batter. And of course, my mother was a clean freak extreme, or still is a clean freak, and I love her for it. And so she would always wash the money first, just in case. And it was a wonderful surprise when we cut into our birthday cakes and we found money in our cakes. It was so much fun. If you would like me to make a money cake to show you how to do that, I would be so honored and thrilled to do that. Just leave me a message below in the comments and let me know. When I made the How to Bake a Cake video, I forgot to show the end result of the cake. Yes, my bad. But that was way back in 2009, and I've learned a lot since then. If you think that I should recreate that How to Bake a Cake with sponge cake recipe, make a brand new video with all the newest upgrades and additions and tricks that I've learned over the years, I would be thrilled to do that for you. Let me know in the comments. And the biggest question is, what did I ice it with? I used my favorite Mocha Icing. It's so easy, mocha buttercream frosting. It's delicious, and it's such a perfect blend with the light vanilla lemon sponge cake. Fondant is ridiculously expensive and tastes nasty. Have you ever noticed that? Like, people cut into your cakes and they roll off the fondant because it's sickly sweet and they don't want to eat it. What if I were to give you my secret homemade marshmallow fondant recipe that tastes delicious and is not only super easy to make, incredibly affordable too. Alright, I've got a link in the description below, and you can download that for free as my gift to you. I hope you love it as much as I do. It is so versatile. You're going to love it. And again, it actually tastes good. So download the free marshmallow fondant recipe. In the description below is where the link is for that. Go and grab that, and then I'll see you over here in the mocha buttercream icing video, or check out my newest video right here. What if I don't have a baking pan? Why do we need to add salt? How do the egg whites rise? Is it alright if I don't use lemon extract? Share this video, leave me a thumbs up, make sure you've subscribed, and click that notification bell. Check out my newest video right here.